Is the positive integer n odd? We have to answer this question in the form of either yes or no, and we should also absorb that there is an information in this statement, and that is n is a positive integer. We only have to find out whether it is an even integer or an odd integer, or whether it cannot be determined using the statements. So now let's start looking at the first statement, which says that n square plus n plus 1 square plus n plus 2 square is equal to even, right? So squaring a number does not change the property of number in terms of being even or odd. For example, if you square an even number, the result is even, and if you square an odd number, then the result is odd, which means the squaring does not make any difference in the property of the number being even or odd. Now, since n plus 1, n plus 2 are two consecutive numbers, so let's quickly check that if n is even, then this should be odd and this should be even, or vice versa. If n is odd, n plus 1 should be even and n plus 2 should be odd. But even plus odd plus even, does that result in an even number? Then the answer is no. That means this case is definitely not our case. So this case is our case, which confirms that n definitely has to be an odd number. So it results in the answer of the question as definitely yes, and hence this statement is sufficient to answer the question. So now we are left with only two choices, option A and option D. Let's look at the second statement, which says n square minus n plus 1 square minus n plus 2 square is even. Now, let me tell you one thing, that whether you add an even and odd number, or whether you subtract an odd number from an even number, or vice versa, the property of the result in terms of being even or odd does not change, right? Here O means odd, so this is odd basically, right? This is not 0. I don't want you to get confused with 0. So that means whether you change the sign of plus with minus or minus with plus, the property of the result in terms of being even or odd does not change. So here, in a way, this is exactly the replica of the first one. In the first statement, only the signs have been changed, and we already have seen that the change of sign does not make any difference. So this will be true only and only if n is odd, because in that case n plus 1 will be even, n plus 2 will be odd, and the squares also will result in respectively odd, even, odd. So two odd added together give us an even number, and even plus even is even. Or you can say odd minus even is odd, and odd minus odd is even. So we understand that n must be odd. So this statement also confirms that n has to be odd. So answer to the question is definitely yes. That means this statement 2 is sufficient to answer the question. And now we have our correct answer choice, which is option D. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much.